Hi, class. It's me again, Mr. Hawkins. Well, you did it. You have reached the last unit of the semester, Unit 4, which is the research arguments. Congratulations. You are now in the home stretch. Maybe we shouldn't be congratulating each other just yet, because you're not quite finished, right? You have one more paper, but you're almost there. This last assignment is worth 250 points, which is 25% of your final grade, and it is a continuation of the research that you completed for assignment 3, which was the infographic portfolio. So let's go over the assignment sheet. Each unit this semester has been a building block to the final essay, an argumentative essay. Therefore, the student will produce an argumentative, thesis driven essay about the issue and topic they have chosen using the sources collected. Their essays will be a response to their selected inquiry questions. The student should add new sources to help support their arguments. By completion, the student must have 8 to 10 sources. Okay? The student's job is to synthesize the sources discovered and use them to make a logical argument and answer to their research question. The final draft of the essay should be approximately 2,000 words, not including the works cited page. And 2,000 words is roughly 6 to 8 pages. Okay? So, what does all this mean? Well, you spent the last 4 weeks researching a topic. You learned what other people have said about your topic, whether, and I'm using some of your topics, whether it's about PTSD, concussions in football. Man, I'm blanking now on all of some of your topics. Legalization of marijuana in the state of Oklahoma. Oh no, oh man, there were so many interesting topics, and now I'm just blanking. At any rate, so your job the past 4 weeks was to research those topics and find out everything you could to find out what people were saying, or what people are saying. And now it is your job to put your own opinion into this. So you've read what everyone else has said. Now you need to take what they have said and build upon it. Put your own stamp on the discussion. Enter the conversation with your own opinion, your own claim, your own position, your own solution, so on and so forth. All right? That's the whole point of this. It's a research argument. An argument is a position, and you will find out about that in the upcoming readings and the upcoming slideshows. So you need to put your own position into the argument. You need to carve your little niche into the conversation. Your paper should have an explicit position, right? If you are for or against something, if you are for legalization of marijuana in Oklahoma, for example, then you need to be very explicit up front. Tell us what your position is, and it must be reasonable, and your reasons for it must be reasonable and logical with evidence. Okay, and we'll get to that in a second. You should effectively integrate your sources, the information that you've taken to reach your conclusion, right? Provide appropriate background information. This sometimes helps with context, especially for your readers. Express why your argument matters. This is important. A lot of people tell us their opinions, they tell us how they feel about a particular topic, but they don't tell the reader, or they don't tell me why I should care. All right, and that's going to be a part of your job in this research assignment. You're not just going to be making a position. You're not just going to be telling people what you think, but you're also going to be trying to convince them as to why they should care about what you think. That's really important. So whenever you write an essay, you're arguing what you're arguing, how you're arguing, but you're also answering the question, so what? And that's really important, and that's going to be even more important with this research argument. If you think Oklahoma should legalize marijuana, why should I care? Right? And then it's your job to convince me why I should care with reasonable and logical reasons and sufficient evidence. Okay? And I don't mean to just latch onto that one. That's just like the one topic that's just like stuck in my head right now. Okay. Provide compelling reasons using rhetorical values. Present effective specific evidence, like we've talked, and have an authoritative scholarly tone. So you should be respectful in your presentation of these sources. You should be academic in the way you talk, the way you speak about these topics, and be authoritative. Be strong. Be confident in your arguments, but not too strong because you don't want to alienate readers. And we'll talk about that too in some of the upcoming readings and slideshows. How to be authoritative, but reasonable and respectful. Towards the bottom, you will find criteria in which I will be evaluating and grading your essay. Argument is worth 60 points at the 250. Your use of sources is worth 50 points. Your evidence is 40. The organization and structure of it is 40. The format, mechanics, grammar is 30. And then your works cited, whether you properly provide in-text citations and proper works cited, is another 30. Of course, now I should have looked at this before I started, because now I'm starting to doubt whether or not this actually adds up to 250 points. I believe it does, but I'm not 100% sure. Yep, it does. Okay, I did a quick crunch. All right, moving on. Formats, usual, MLA, formatting and documentation, 12-point font, Times New Roman font, double-spaced with 1-inch margins all the way around, with heading, page numbers, title, works cited page, so on and so forth. We will do the same thing with peer review, in which you will submit your rough draft Tuesday, December 5th by 8 p.m. to the Dropbox. I will send it out to your partners. You will receive a draft to review. Your partners will receive your draft review. And then you will return them with comments, with feedback, Thursday, December 7th by 8 p.m. also to Dropbox. And I will also be looking at rough drafts and giving feedback. Now, because I am one person and there are close to 20 of you, my feedback will not be substantial, but I will give sufficient enough information and feedback to guide you in the last stages of your revision process. Here are the important dates. November 21st is your proposal is due, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. December 5th, December 5th is for the rough draft. December 7th is for the commented draft. And December 11th, the Sunday before finals week, is when the paper is due. Everything will be due to Dropbox, usually by 8 p.m. So as you saw that there will be an argument proposal, you're probably saying, oh my God, we've already done, 2-3 proposals already? Well, yes, you have. But there's a reason. There's a rhyme and a reason for it, okay? So for the last proposal, you just told me what you thought your topic was going to be, what your research question was, or is, okay? Now you're going to tell me specifically what you're going to argue. So in 200 words, describe to me what you discovered in your research and how you are going to use that information. Essentially, what is your position and what is your working thesis statement? What are you arguing and how are you going to argue it? And then you're going to answer the question, so what? Right? Why should we care? So what do you want to contribute to the conversation regarding your topic, and why is it an important argument to consider? So in 200 words, just summarize what your paper is going to be about. Right? You've done all this research. You've done all this reading. Now, what have you taken from it, and what are you going to argue based on that research? Okay? Here are some questions to consider. Did your research change based on the materials found? Some people may have started off with a particular topic and a particular question, but as they went through their research, they discovered that the question changed. The research changed their perspective on the topic, and that's fine. It's actually really good when that happens. Did you find what you were looking for? And if not, what are your plans going forward? If you didn't find what you were looking for, well, what do you plan on doing to successfully complete this project, okay? So yeah, and this is due November 21st to D2L by 8 p.m. All right, just 200 words describing to me what you're going to argue. What is your thesis statement, okay? And why is it important? Here is the schedule. It is like any other schedule throughout the semester. I'm currently working on the slideshow presentations right now. I'm halfway through it. Your proposal, again, is due the 21st. Oh no, don't tell me. Oop, screwed it up. There we go. Okay. You will have Thanksgiving, right? And you're also in an online class, so it's not like you ever have to come meet me, right? But we will have Thanksgiving. I won't have anything due over Thanksgiving, right? The expectation is that during Thanksgiving, you will be writing, right? We will have lessons and readings up until Thanksgiving. And then the expectation is that you should be, at that point, ready. You have all the tools and everything you need to start writing. And so you should be writing. And if you want to write before Thanksgiving, I highly recommend it. Write as soon as you can, but also pace yourself, right? We've talked about that. Taking time, write a paragraph a day or a page a day, so on and so forth, right? I do have a example essay, an example research argument. I do not have it pulled up, but I will be posting it to D2L so you can read. And I want you to read it. I want you to look at it, and I want you to think about whether it's a successful argument or an unsuccessful argument, or is it both? All right. There's a slideshow presentation about the features, the characteristics of a research argument, right? And I want you to think about those features, those characteristics, and think about how this example essay, does it succeed, does it fail? And then how are you going to use the characteristics? How are you going to incorporate the characteristics and features into your own essay? That's all I have for you. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. I probably will post one more video before the semester's out, but I just want to tell you right now, it's been a pleasure working with you. I've seen a lot of people grow actually in their writing, some rough writing in the first unit, but as I've seen the past 3 units, people have improved, they've progressed, and I've also seen people explore things that took them out of their comfort zones, and that's been really great. So it's been a pleasure working with you. You've been a great group of students, and it's unfortunate that we weren't in the classroom, because I would actually like to meet some of you and talk to you one-on-one, face-to-face, but alas, that is not the position we're in. But again, it's been a pleasure. If you have any questions for me, do not hesitate to email me. Do not hesitate to tweet at me. And if you actually sent me a Twitter message, some of the messages were filtered to a folder and I didn't get notifications for them, and I just discovered them recently. So some people like Twitter messaged me 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting back to them because I never saw the message, and I apologize. So you can Twitter message me, but I probably also recommend emailing me just to make sure that I got the message if you do have any questions. All right, guys and ladies, happy researching and happy writing. All right, I look forward to seeing your proposals to see exactly what you're arguing. And then I am also looking forward to the rough drafts and final drafts. Take care, everyone.